Have you ever wondered what happens if you sign up to test a new wonder drug and it turns out to be more wonder than you bargained for? Clinical trials feel like science fiction, but the paperwork you sign is very real and very long. That stack of papers is called informed consent, and it basically lists every possible thing that could go wrong before you even swallow the first pill. The catch is that signing it does not mean you signed away your rights, it just means you knew the risks going in. Here's the twist nobody tells you about. Informed consent protects the researchers from being blamed for known risks, but it does not protect them from being careless. If they skip a safety step, mess up a dosage, or hide a side effect they already knew about, that is negligence, and negligence is not something you agreed to. Think of it like riding a roller coaster. You accept the risk of going upside down, but you never accepted the risk of the bolts being loose because someone forgot to check them. That difference between an accepted risk and a careless mistake is basically the entire lawsuit in one sentence. Now let us talk about who you might actually be dealing with, because clinical trials are not just one company, they are practically a group project with way too many people involved. You have got the drug manufacturer, the research institution, the doctors running the trial, and sometimes even the equipment makers, and any one of them could be the one who dropped the ball. This is where things get messy fast, because proving exactly who messed up requires medical records, trial documents, and expert opinions that read like they were written in a different language. A good injury lawyer basically becomes your translator, your detective, and your hype squad all at once. Let us pause on the money question because everyone is thinking it. Compensation in these cases can cover medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering, and in some cases future care if the injury causes long-term damage. Numbers in these cases can get wild. Some settlements have reached figures in the millions, like one famous case where a pharmaceutical company paid out $4.85 billion over a diabetes drug linked to heart problems. That is not a typo. That is the kind of number that makes accountants faint. But do not expect every case to be a jackpot, because most trials are run carefully, and most side effects are exactly what the consent form warned you about. The real cases worth pursuing usually involve something hidden, rushed, or flat out ignored by the people running the show. Here is a common misunderstanding. People think because they signed up voluntarily, they cannot sue if something goes wrong. That is like saying you cannot complain about a bad haircut just because you walked into the salon yourself. Volunteering for something does not mean you volunteered for incompetence. Documentation becomes your best friend in these situations, so save everything, every email, every consent form, every text from the research coordinator. Lawyers love paper trails almost as much as detectives love a good clue, and in these cases, the paper trail often tells the whole story. There is also a time limit on filing these claims called the statute of limitations, and it varies depending on where you live and what kind of injury occurred. Waiting too long to act is basically handing the other side a free win, so moving quickly is less about panic and more about strategy. Insurance companies and research sponsors often try to settle fast and quiet, hoping you will take a small check before realizing the injury is bigger than it first seemed. A good lawyer slows that down and makes sure you are not trading a lifetime of medical bills for a quick payout that barely covers groceries. At the end of the day, clinical trials exist to help medicine move forward, but that progress should never come at the cost of someone being treated like a guinea pig with no protections. If you or someone you know got hurt during a trial or experimental treatment, do you want to learn more about how we can help? Check out our links in the description.